Hey guys, this is Introducing Emmy and we're back with another Redline Tuesday. This one was sent to me anonymously, or at least they didn't want any contact information presented on the drawing. So, no contact information, but you probably recognize this character if you're into Let's Playing with Minecraft community at all. It's Vintage Beef, so we're going to be doing this drawing of Vintage Beef. And I guess we'll just get started, and I'll probably chit-chat you guys up while I work on it. So I'm sorry that I didn't post a red line last week, but I was surprised nobody said anything. Usually when I forget or if I don't post one, people are pretty much on me right away asking like where it was and everything. But I honestly just needed a break. My buffer ran out and I was like, I'll just start again next week. So that's what I'm doing. So for this one, I think he's supposed to be like symmetrical because I'm seeing a lot of symmetricalness going on and I'm just going to keep with that. So I did some really rough guidelines. Chin. This will be the collarbone. I may or may not move the crotchal region depending. This drawing's like so cute that like it has like a kind of a chibi, super deformed, super cutesy kind of style. So I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I'm actually going to change the color of my guidelines to like green. I'm going to lock that layer and do another layer on top, still in red, or now in red. And let's rough out his neck. So what I'm going to do is just mirror this over. I'll do one side, mirror it, check it out, and see how it looks. So the way I like to do pecs are kind of like a flower pot. I have flower pots in the brain right now. There's one in my comic that is a character, I guess. But anyway, there's a flower pot, and then you just kind of round the edges. And then, unlike women who, I've probably drawn 1,000 boobs on the show, it's okay. So like if you're drawing breasts from the front, the nipples kind of go off like that. Men, not so much. They're a little more like centrally located, but still contouring to the curve of the body. And I've heard a pretty good rule of thumb is that the nipples fall, at least for men, fall below the ear. So if you need that tip, there it is. I say at least for men because girls, our boobs are just, they do everything and anything. So the nipple is usually not like always there, but anyway. So there's the bottom of the rib cage. So he's gonna have clothes on, but there should be just a slight like that goes in when you get below the rib cage, but it's not as much as a girl usually. But you know, humans can do like whatever they want, so I'm not gonna get on you about it. But if you're drawing like the quote unquote typical male, then this is kind of where you would go. And then guys also have hips, so don't forget to draw the hippies. And then down here would be the crotchal region, and then probably right about there would be the belly button. So one thing I would recommend doing is building out the legs to match the girth of the arms, like the muscle, you know? Unless you want them to have like little tiny legs. But you really don't have to do much. Just make them like a little wider. Maybe open up his stance a little bit, because right now his legs kind of bow. So just like by opening that stance up, it seems a little more like he's standing on his own 2 feet, even though they extend below the canvas. So I just kind of quickly sketched in like about where the bone would be. So let's see here. So recently on Tumblr, I can't think of who it was, but they posted like a little tutorial on like how they like to think of arms. And Lord help me, I can't think of who it was, but I want to say Little Froggies on Tumblr. But they tend to think of, it might not be them, so don't quote me on that. I feel like I'm confusing Little Froggies with somebody else, but they tend to draw their arms sort of ball jointed to help find like the appropriate way to lay the arms out. So if you think that would help you, have at it. Let me see if I can remember how they were doing it. So they would like do something like this, and then where that circle is, that's kind of like where your socket would be for like on a real person. So if that would help you, that is a tipu. So as always, I would prefer a drawing that wasn't perfectly symmetrical over one that is, but that's not what's going on in this drawing, and I'm not going to change it without the permission of the original artist. And if drawing things perfectly symmetrical is what's going to, you know, help you improve, then do it. You know, I'll draw the nose and the mouth after. I will say though, the eyes are really close together, so just move them out a little bit more. Really, like, eyes should be falling in the middle of one half of the face. I'm not going to move them over anymore though, because I feel like I'm kind of getting away from the original intentions, so not doing that. Sorry for how oh my goodness, I just went nuts there. Sorry for how sketchy this is. I plan to put some clothes on him. So some of that sketchiness will be hidden. You could even, you know, pop this shoulder out even more, just to make it look a little, I don't know, more stylized, or give it some interesting, like, rhythm down the one side. Same thing with the elbow, which I already kind of did it on that. Alright, let's mirror it over and see how it looks. It is definitely going to be off from the original, but that's okay. He's a very thin character. Yep. I went way over because I feel like he should have some more bulk. I'm gonna bara him up a little tiny bit. And I'm gonna go to my transform. No. I'm gonna go to my transform perspective, and I'm gonna bring his hips out a little more and push his legs in. I'm also gonna close this gap and see if I like it anymore. I hear my cat's going nuts outside. Yay. Same thing with the head. I think it would not suffer from being a little stauncher, I guess, or shorter, however you want to say that. Just making the original a little lighter. Speaking of vintage beef, really enjoying his Kingdom Hearts playthrough. And I'm also excited to see what he does with stained glass in the latest patch update of Minecraft. These eyes are very Seussian. Dr. Seuss would like do these open eyes like that. Also a little Tezuka-ish. I don't know. Something about it kind of screams Tezuka to me, but I'm not sure what. And one last thing is, now that I'm looking at it, because I had my eyes shut earlier. Now, now that I'm looking at it, I think his pectorials need to be wider. When you see me kind of like touch it and like wiggle it a little bit. That's so that it will only select the lines and not like all this empty space, so that it'll be a really even selection. So again, in Photoshop, what I like to do is go to the perspective tool and just pull it out. Try to make this a little wider. Get rid of some of this so you don't so hippie. I'm constantly fearful of like my guys having hips, because I remember there was like a webcomic there where a lot of the guys had kind of pronounced feminine hips, and it got so much criticism for it, and now I'm like, oh god, oh god, oh god. So I'm always like, get rid of the hips. People will know. I'm sorry. I have to mess with this one last time. Okay, so now I'm gonna like put some clothes and stuff on him. So for those of you not familiar with the vintage beef, his avatar is a butcher, because I believe he was a butcher or worked for a butchery at one point. So, wow, that green is like way too green. Let's go something like that. Okay. So his avatar basically like wears a t-shirt, jeans, and a butcher's apron. So first we're going to do the t-shirt. There you go. There's your ring neck. I'm actually going to go normal on that for a while. So I realized compared to the face and the body, like his body is like over anatomized, whereas like his face is really cartoony and simple. I'm trying to teach you guys anatomy, so there's going to be a lot of that going on, but I'll kind of color over it to try to make it not look so stark, I guess. Okay, so then a butcher's apron is sort of like a trapezoid at the top, and then the ties on the apron. A butcher's apron. Yeah, most aprons look like this, though. I guess I shouldn't just say a butcher's apron. The ties are on the side. They get narrower as they go to the neck because that's where the tension is, and also that it's falling back over the shoulders, so it's going to get narrower in perspective. You can even put like a little like seam or stitch or border, however you want to do that. So put some trademark triangle wrinkles in there that I always do. And then now his avatar, I can't remember if like the apron goes like past his legs, but a real butcher's apron would. And I kind of want to do it just to cover cover his crotchal region. But okay. And then his jeans, I just draw some wrinkles. You can't really see them from here, but they would be kind of like that. And then his hair. So I think one thing that makes beards effective on cartoon characters is trying to get the bottom part of the beard fairly close to the nose. And putting like some fluff extending beyond the contour of the outside of the face. So it doesn't look quite so like painted on, you know, it doesn't look like a Marx brother now. I'm giving him pretty swooshy anime hair like in the original, so enjoy that. Some swooshy anime hair. So as promised, I'm going to throw on I'm going to put some white in here to try to knock down the red a little bit so that you can kind of get a feel for this without being like so hyper detailed, I guess. So, yeah, I think that's... It's definitely like more in the ballpark, I think. Oh, and as far as stains are concerned, um, these ones are cool. I can kind of tell you use like a brush or something or a texture to help you out. I would recommend doing stains that are more like cartoony to keep with the whole feel, you know, like more blobby and splotchy. And I'm not going to use red because I already used it on something else, so I'll just use Purple, I think. So I would like just obviously do these in red, but I would maybe do the blood a little more wobbly and like stylized and kind of spread it out a little more and make it larger than it was. Make the blood splatters kind of like chunky, I guess, like in their composition or in their contours, so that it just has that same sort of feel that the rest of it does. And same too if you put any blood like on his body or whatever, just make sure it's like drippy and yeah. So make the cow blood cute. But I think that'll do it for now. And if I've got it in me, I might do another episode and upload it on that Tuesday as well. So yeah, there might be another one coming up with this. So yep. All right, coolies. Let me just do a little compare and contrast. So let's do normal. So I hope that helps out some. I know it's kind of a simple one this week, but I think it think there was some fun stuff in it. It's cute. And I get to draw vintage beef, which is always fun. So, okie dokie, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.